Greetings, everyone, and welcome to yet another exciting edition of Shoulda, Hada D8, where we invite fans, friends, family, and cast members to join us as we discuss the past events on the episodes of The Natural Ones and Descent into the Void. Today, we'll be discussing Season 2, Episode 3 of Descent into the Void. And with us, we have Alex, who plays Minako, and Travis, who plays King. How's it going?
Hi.
So, last time on Descent into the Void, we saw you guys waking up in the Beach Bell Inn and kind of discussing Minako's dream message to Horatio, and also an interaction between we had Horatio and Minako, and then Cal seeing and then surmising some type of weird thing going on, thinking that maybe a relationship is sparking up. And then from there, we had Duran and King who went and got their massages before heading off and meeting up before you split off. Some of you getting your clothes, and Cal and Horatio meeting up with the harbor master and learning a whole bunch of secrets about Cal's past and him getting a new gun. There you went off journeying to Thelos, where you got into a big fight with some undead zombies and ogres and banshees. Sort of saved a caravan. You got more than half of them, so that's something. King, using his newly found powers that he got with his unicorn staff of Chastafol, which turned into individual unicorns for you all, and then you use that to carry your friends that you found on the road off to Thelos, and then you ran off into the dust set. So, my first question goes to Minako. So, Alex, Minako and Horatio, you guys had your conversation when he came to your room and you revealed all your secrets. What was going through Minako's mind, and how does she think her patron is going to react to this?
Oh, she's scared. Yeah, she doesn't think it's gonna go well, but she tried to be quiet about it, but obviously there's only so much you can do when there's a cry for help, I guess.
And then how does she take Horatio? Horatio seemed to have accepted her, and it also seemed like he was getting closer to Minako. How does Minako feel about really Horatio at this point, revealing all this to him?
Oh, I mean, she's like, how do I put this? One of Minako's flaws is that she falls in love too easily, and she doesn't want to. You know what I mean? Yeah. So is she starting to gather feelings for Horatio? You feel? I mean, to a degree. Here's this guy who's being really, I guess, allowing her, accepting her in her openness, and then being there for her, which is something she really needs. Especially because in Shad 8, Episode 1, we had a revelation that Horatio is actually starting to fall in love with Minako. Yeah. So that was revealed, so we could definitely see another budding relationship happening here. I could see a possible route for the story to go in that direction, but it's got to be a little careful with it, I think, because Minako kind of feels a bit like everyone wants a piece of her, and it's tough, and Horatio is not being aggressive with it, but if he were to, she would be offended and scared. All right. So then, as the day went on, we started to see the relationship between King and Duran continue to blossom. Seems they're in the Twitter-pated phase, cuddling up together and getting matching massages. How is King feeling about this? So this question goes to Travis. For King, now, with the looming doom approaching, as he has a ticking time clock on his chest revealing where he would no longer be himself, but he's in this state of Twitter-patient with Duran. How is King feeling right now after this?
King is very torn because, as you know, he holds a deep love for Milky and his goddess, but he's truly fallen in love with Duran, and thinks that they can, save the multiverse, save the world, and then unite their tribes and save their people. So, when he's with him, he forgets about, the divine baggage and pressures on his shoulders, and then he's, blissfully in two minds, and he puts it away, he puts away the divine aspect and all of those thoughts in the back of his mind when he's with Duran, and then when a battle happens or something related to, to Minako and the gods happens, then he sort of pulls that forward and thinks about it. But because there's such that, heaviness attached to the finality of what will happen, he doesn't, want to keep that in the forefront of his mind. He's like, it's just a piece of who I am. I'm who I am right now, and who I am right now is in love with you. And that's what he wants to focus on.
So does the idea that Duran's mortality extends way past that of King, but the fact that you will be possibly leaving this plane and becoming someone else play a factor in King's thoughts? Or has that even come up in your thoughts as King?
I think it's still, really new. Only a few days have passed since he's had that conversation with Minako and realized she sleeps with him. So, I, as Travis, have been thinking about it for a little bit in a while, and King probably doesn't know. He doesn't know if obviously fusing with a god, he probably assumes would make you live forever, losing yourself but becoming something new. But he doesn't think that his half-elven life will be extended, so he wants to revel in every moment he has right now and not take a minute for granted.
So then, as the story progressed, you guys split up with the characters Minako, Duran, and King going off and getting their new clothes, and Horatio and Cal heading off to meet up with Merrick Tybalt after he announced that it'll be about a month before a caravan can be sent to guide you, which of course you guys wanted to hear nothing of and continue. And then as they made their way to the harbor master office, we got some calories, didn't we?
Oh my goodness. So many calories.
I know, I'm putting on weight now.
With the sweet railgun. That's what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Made by his father, divinely activated by his presence when they're chatting with Merrick Tybalt, was pretty insane. I didn't think that, spoilers, I didn't think that Merrick Tybalt was going to give him the rifle.
Merrick Tybalt was not going to give him the rifle. It was the ridiculously high rolls and the fact that having that boost of, I have these guns, these are my father's guns and all that, it could have went multiple ways, so thank the dice gods for that.
The dice gods were generous that day.
And the fact that, so I had no plan, to reveal that yet, or at all. And and all throughout the campaign, there are bits and pieces where there are things you miss, things you wouldn't. I thought this would be like, oh, this is a power for Cal that he may or may not miss, and he might get another one as he gets towards the city, where there's a bigger chance he'll find something. But I didn't expect you guys to just go back and want to talk to him directly. I thought that you would get the sending, or you would send him for Merrick and say, all right, we're going by, after he announced, but you talked and then was really happy that that whole scene happened. But I'm so excited to see how Cal's story starts to unfurl.
Me too.
Yeah, we haven't heard much. We don't get much of Cal's backstory in the first season. So, it's good, getting a lot of, juicy Cal bits.
Yeah, now that we have a better, clearer picture of who he is, I can't wait to see how he, develops it and takes it forward. He seems to have a, tumultuous, hard past and, a, not totally clear future, so I'm excited to see how he takes it, or where he takes it.
And then we have this whole hidden past that for what happened to his, he was adopted, so we have no idea what happened past pre-adoption. And the fact that confirmed, finally, you guys had a theory and it was confirmed that Cal's father did not only was Queen Camilla, King Terminus in a party together, an adventuring party, and then of course you know that they partied with Horatio's parents, but also Cal's father was involved as well.
And Lancel, just everybody's in that party. Party 8.
Right, they're a real D&D party. But it's just really exciting to kind of reveal that, and it's like a juxtaposition between their party and your party. Everyone seems to be connected. It's like definitely a fate destiny thing going on here, whereas normally it's like no, it will be just coincidence or would never be just coincidental, but you guys have been twisted by fate and destiny. It's kind of like the feeling that I'm trying to build here, which definitely is coming out that way. So it's really exciting to see it kind of unfurl.
It's almost like we're the main characters of the story.
Right? Almost as if. Well, in some stories, it's just like you're the main character in your own story. Like, that's how some campaigns are, and I love that. That's great. Where this seems like you're the main character in the story.
Yeah.
Which is like how anime is.
It's definitely more it brings all the concepts directly to our front door. Like, everything that we do and everything that happens somehow revolves around us. And that's just like a great, it makes us feel like we have impact. Yeah,
and it's very serendipitous and on all these things. I don't know, and it's really exciting. And I'm glad it's all starting to for the longest time I was like, I hope we can get to the part when things start actually making sense. And then now we're at the part where it's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah. So it's very exciting.
It feels good when you can get everything coming together. You feel it coming together.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's even things that we haven't noticed yet that you're like, just wait. Which is just such a good feeling.
Littered with them, I'm sure.
And so then got your new clothes. Awesome. Everyone looks awesome.
Wardrobe change.
Yeah, wardrobe change. I'll have to say my favorite outfit so far will probably have to be Duran's, but only because
my goodness, yeah,
I just love Japan. So if you guys haven't known, I'm a huge Japanophile and I love Japanese culture, so that's why it's such a heavy thing in Shiverin. All you listeners out there. But that's my fault. But I think everyone looks really great, and it's a good idea because we all know that it's like early springish weather, from winter, literally tundra winter, to spring. So you guys are in more comfortable clothes. And then we had the big. So we had the Goop 2, which was King using Chatterfold not responding, being very naughty, and then finally expending his wishes in a form of splitting apart into pieces, which each of you getting your own large unicorn.
I mean, finally, we all have unicorns. Finally.
It was magical.
I was like, yeah, unicorns. But then
Sassifold was being sassy.
I was like, it's ever you needed to get transportation. If you just will it, it'll turn into unicorns. But I never crossed my mind until I don't know if it was Minako or Horatio or King or anyone. I don't know who said it, but you were like, oh, are we going to be noticed? And I was like, oh yeah, you are literally riding. So you're in Demon World and you're riding on a fucking glowing unicorn. So it's going to be noticing you. But as King said, it's like, I am here.
Yeah. Now's no longer the time to skulk in the darkness. Now's time to proclaim ourselves as the champions we are.
If you ride in on a unicorn, people tend to trust you.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good thing.
You're like, we're level 12 now.
We're level 12 now, right?
Yeah,
I feel like it also makes sense. Like you said, we're approaching the levels where, Horatio, the wizard's going to get teleport, so we're going to be able to go vast distances. So in between that is mounts and going from places to place. So instead of making the group struggle as level 12 characters, having mounts and letting us have a cool moment just felt super appropriate.
Definitely.
Yeah,
it felt like it was the right time.
Yeah, I agree. I was just like, no one wants to just. I was like, we could cut this time so fast, and you can get the Thales even faster on your own super fast unicorns. No one wants to try. It's like fast travel. Everyone goes fast travel. But then, it came at a cost. We discovered after a caravan on the road to Thelos, a caravan was being bombarded by zombies, and King had no control of Chatsful as they were in unicorn form. So what is King's thoughts on this, new abilities of Chastifold, and his either, not that he doesn't have control, but his like unknowing of the power up?
Gooped, taken aback. I thought I would have a little bit more control. I mean, I still do. I can will it back into staff form and have full power. But I thought that, like, totally, when Duran was in danger, I was like, I'm going to channel the healing energy that naturally comes out of Chastifold's through that unicorn's horn, and it's going to work. To find out it didn't. So I was a little taken aback. So maybe there's more attunement that I need to do. And, like, really, I haven't had a moment to, like commune with it. Like, I know I'm attuned to it, but there's a difference in my mind of attuning to something and then really, like, taking a moment to get to know it. Because I don't know if it's sentient. Maybe it gained sentience in that awakening period. Maybe it didn't, but still, King is a type of person where even things and spirits and, like, proper, nouns have a spirit or could have a spirit or have feelings and emotions, and Chastifold definitely does, whether it's sentient or not, and he hasn't had a moment to like, get to know it. So maybe until he does that, he doesn't, he unlocked fast travel, but he didn't unlock, bullet 2, bullet 3, bullet 4 because, he doesn't know yet. You know what I mean? Like, that's sort of how I think it's going to go.
I'm going to give us a slightly spoiler, I mean, not really big spoiler, meta moment here. I will definitely say I love the track that you're thinking, and I will say if you think back to what you saw in your vision before you woke up and what happened, you will come out as soon as, like, once you start to, yes, you're on the right track, as in thinking, like, yeah, you have to sit down, concentrate, and truly attune to find out, and maybe sentient, and there's definitely a lot of things that had happened in your vision, or one major thing that maybe the viewers would have already caught, and that would probably answer the question for you. But in terms of abilities, I'm very excited for you to see the abilities it can do. But here's a question. So you saw that you didn't have any control, or you couldn't do the things you could do in its normal staff form, whereas in unicorn form. Any thoughts of what would happen if the unicorn took damage? Because you seem to be like, the unicorn's in trouble, retract. Or was that not going through your mind at all?
That was not going through my mind at all. When for some reason, I feel like it is resilient item that even when broken would reform. So I don't know. I don't want to test that theory totally, but like that's sort of how I feel. But in the moment when I recalled the unicorns, it was not because I was worried about the unicorns. It's because I needed the staff back to then cast something.
Like, sorry, everyone. What?
Sorry. You all got where you needed to go. Bye. Thanks. Boof. I think that's also another thing I need to sort of work with the group on is if they're on the unicorn, mount mode, when I poof it back, I don't want them to, like, fall prone every time. So I need to, like, group exercises. I guess I could have announced it too, but it was the heat of the battle that time.
I mean, if you're on a horse and then it just turns still there, I don't even know if you could be ready for it. Well, you would still have to be somewhat dexterous. So like someone like Horatio would.
I feel like close your legs and just fall. Like you're almost standing, and then now you're standing, and then fall like 4 feet to the ground. Like
there's still a check for that.
Yeah, it'll be a low DC, but like when you're ready for it, it'll be lower. But if it was just like in battle, boop! I should actually I should have rose the DC. Now I'm thinking about it.
I mean, you did knock him prone.
Yeah, but in that moment, I was not worried about it taking damage. I was more worried about reforming it to cast the spell I needed to cast.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for you to tap in and find out the things it can do. All these extra mechanics. I feel like my goal, everybody, all you listeners out there, I'm gonna write a book and put all this stuff in there. It's like arcane. Oh, what is it? Arcane's divine sorcerer and weapons and like Chastifold, and then you can build a character with Chastifold, and this is the things it can do once you discover it all yourself. So there's no spoilers.
Cool, I'm super excited.
And then put it on DM's Guild.
Right.
I love it.
D&D Beyond.
Right.
D&D Beyond!
Alright, so afterwards, during an epic battle nonetheless, pretty epic all you learning, showing new spells of some kind, obliterating this zombie army and saving these poor gnomes coming from Rainbow Ridge. You headed off into the dust set, heading towards Thelos. So what is going through, we'll start with Minako. Alex, what is going through Minako's mind? Like, we heard about zombies coming in, but now you see it, and now you have all these zombies right in front of you, marching towards what you assume is Thelos. Yeah.
She's never seen zombies before. This is a fresh horror. And it's not like she hasn't seen, I mean, demons have been a thing in her life. So it's not like, the horror is not there normally, but I mean, zombies are, and then like seeing someone get bitten and then turn into a zombie, like that's traumatic. So, yeah.
King?
Oh my god, I was like, don't worry, we're totally gonna save those people. Oh, he bit that one? Okay, we have like an hour. Oh my god, she's turning immediately! Fuck! Get them out of there! And I'm like, Horatio, he's totally gonna cast Arcane Gate and save most of them. Disintegrate or whatever he casts. And I was like, oh my god! All of these people are gonna get turned into zombies.
You managed to save some of them.
We did save, what did we say, 5 of them?
5 out of the 8.
5 out of 8, so I am really pleasantly surprised at how we finished that, but the fact that, like, you can get bit, and then if you don't have someone to, like, immediately greater restoration you, or some form of high-level magic, you're fucked. And it's like, that's scary. That's scary, because King thought he had enough, like, I, as Travis, have no idea what level magic it takes to heal the zombies, but at first thought and approach, he would assume lesser resto. So he was like, okay, I can heal a whole bunch of them. Seeing how they turn so quickly, I now think it would require even higher magic, which I do not have that many slots.
A heal.
So he's like a heal, like a 7th level spell, like, or a 6th level spell, like, oh, and it's like, that is a 1-a-day spell for King right now. So he's like, I thought I could heal so many people, and I can't, like, and that's scary. That's scary to him, so... And seeing, like, the just hordes of them is, he's thank goodness he could fly.
and like, King, I don't know if either you said it as King or as Travis, but you were like, these zombies look like, they're like, because they had alternate images for all you once again were playing on Fantasy Grounds, so they had tokens, and they looked meatier, they were meatier and buffer and different than what a normal classic zombie was, so... They're definitely started, like I said, I don't know if you said it or King said it, but that's definitely a perception that you would have saw on these. That these are just like, they were much stronger banshees, ogres, and they turned these people within, like, after they killed them, they let's be real, they were like normies with like 10 HP. So after they took a couple and then did those attacks, it's enough damage, they kind of died, and then the bite took place. So if one of you guys died in the form of zombie or zombie-like undead and like it bit you, who knows?
My goodness.
I would not want to fight any one of us in their zombie form.
Yeah, we will have to see. So before we end tonight's session of Shoulda Had a D8, final thoughts. You're all running off into Thelos. We got some calories and possibly some Horatios. Some story as we're getting into, we know about the Corporis Arcana and then like how it's deep within his story. But with all that, any final expectations or thoughts, predictions on what's going on in Thelos? We'll start off with Travis.
I'm super excited to see Thelos, but I'm really nervous because they're so also devout in what he now realizes what he would consider like the evil gods. So he's like, great, I'm super excited to see these magic people, and now this is a super capital where they worship the bad people, so he has mixed feelings, and he's like, I don't know how this is gonna go, but we'll see.
So, side quest, so does King feel that the Trias are evil, which includes Gaio, Aero, and Erebus, or the entire Aegis, which are the new gods?
I wouldn't say he thinks all of them are evil. I think that he thinks that Gaia of the Trias is good, but she alone wasn't enough to stop the other two from unleashing chaos into the world. So he would consider the Trias evil. Like, he would obviously say, like, Gaia is the exception to that, but yeah, if anyone asked him about it, he, he's not a fool, so he's not going to say that to the people in Thelos, but that's what's going through his mind as they gallop on their unicorns closer and closer to this capital city.
And they do praise the Trius, indeed. And Alex, final prediction thoughts? Same question on Thelos and anything else within that, where the story is going.
Oh, well, I'm excited to see all the magic, environmental stuff, like how in the resort there was a door that would take you up to the 10th floor, that kind of thing. Like, I love all the magic. So much magic in Thelos.
I know for a fact that we're going to see a lot of fucking shit with Horatio when you get to Thelos, because he's the only wizard and this is an arcane city. So it's like, I mean, not because of that reason, because of other things, but it's like kind of like, of course, the wizard will kind of be at the forefront in the magic city.
There was some magic guild he was a part of.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, the Corpora Arcanum.
And then the fact that he has a strange looking pentagram-ish magical circle tattoo on his back that takes it all up. Which specifically, if you notice, every time you guys take a bath, Horatio does not join. I don't know if anyone has picked that up, because Lewis and I talk about that all the time. But like, when you guys, we're going to go in the bath or we're going to go in there, he's like, I'm going to read. And he bathes by himself purposely because he did. But Minako, during the get a massage scene, saw this huge tattoo on his back of the Corpora Arcana.
I definitely did not pick that up as a thing. I'm curious to see how that comes out now. I mean, obviously, I witnessed it in the last session, so I know. But I can't wait for it to be a thing now that comes out.
Yeah, Horatio, what's up with that?
I mean, I don't know if it would be more like, oh, we've never seen your back, because I mean, do people actually notice that? Like, I've never seen you naked. But I definitely, if he ever does reveal his tattoo in the back, I'm sure it would be like because like his entire back is in it, as it was described, into like this magical symbol, which definitely has some lore to it that we will be tasting
cool
as soon as we get into Thelos. I'll cut this part out because it's out of order. But specifically, Travis, the part I was talking about was your fever, the amount of time you were in a coma, and you told other people that. Yeah,
the first fever, and that was another fever, another coma.
Yeah, and then we had like something similar happen. How you were brought by Maliki, and you did explain this to everybody, so the listeners know this already, and how Maliki came and all that, and now she came again to you once again in the fever. So I just paid homage to that beginning of that. Yeah, no, that was really good. I thought I thought that scene was really perfect and makes sense, and is a big shock and cool to me, because I came up with the fever dream, and to see how you incorporated that into the story and dug deeper with it and really leaned into it makes me really happy as a player. I really am enjoying where we're going with it. Yeah. It definitely was said that you got the fever dream at the moment that Maliki was going to body. The way she described it, now you could take it either way, but the way it made it seem that she was she went into a body, they couldn't hold her, and then who knows, was she killing people as she was going into, and then she was
I mean, gods do what they gotta do. Gods gotta do what they gotta do. Yeah,
you're not a vessel. Bye. Ugh.
Yeah, maybe she just made them sick, and then they turned into trees or something. They turned into dryads. That's what happened.
Okay,
head canon. And that's why I have to do the Song of the Trees monthly to serve a dryad. There we go, full circle.
She's not a murderer. Nope, not my goddess.
Also, for sessions and sessions and sessions, I was I just need a single day to perform the Song of the Trees.
What do you want to take a day now in the fucking zombie woods?
Well, no, it's because it's also it was supposed to be perform a Song of the Trees, and then a spirit of the woods will come and I have to serve it for in replace to pay respects to it. But now that I'm a god, I'm not gonna do that. So
you still can.
You know what I mean? The reaction from the person in the temple in Fia. Is that the reaction I'm going to get from summoning up my own creature? I don't know.
Wouldn't you want to find out?
I kind of still do, but I feel everything has been so urgent that I'm it would be really, really bad to be we need to stop for a full day.
It's a full 24 hours you need?
It's in the morning, summon... It's in the morning, perform the ritual, which is called the Song of the Trees, Song of the Forest. And that summons a nature spirit. and then you work in service of that nature spirit for a day, doing whatever tasks it needs, and it's supposed to be like represent you giving back to nature. And then that's supposed to be like the thanks that servants of Minako are supposed to do once a month.
You can, I mean, it's still like a little bit to Thelos. You could take a day. No zombies show up.
Yeah,
zombies are gonna show up, and we've got these like 5 gnomes that are like, "What are we doing here? Like, why are we not like?
Do you want to die or
rushing?
Not? I'm going to need some time.
I'm going to need some time. I need to pray.
I will tell you, have plenty of time in Thelos as you just so you had like plenty of time in like the first, so at the beginning of the campaign, or at the beginning of the recording, you had downtime before that, and then up into, because you took your tests and all that stuff, but you all decided just to continue going. So you did have some downtime there, but it's more like, let's explore the city. And then it's been just shit is going down. So I think in Thelos you'll have that same type of time where there'll be this, there'll be that. We'll
see though, because it's like, I don't want to, like, performing the ritual of the Song of Nature in the middle of a city is like, what's the point? Like, I have to be in nature to do it, you know what I mean? So I would have to leave the city, or at least go to the outskirts, you know what I mean? I guess I could flavor it that way. I'm still near the city limits, depending on how much, like, downtime, if we get, like, a few days. If they're like, it's going to take 3 days to talk to the king, like, I might use the second day to do it or something like that.
They definitely said it was like, you just don't go up to the king. You gotta, like,
But we got a letter with the seal of Camilla on it, so I feel like they're going to be like...
And then, like, so last time you did show that, they said, okay, 1 month, and that was good time. One thing I did forget to add, and I might re-record my saying it, is that he was supposed to say, oh, good news. Oh, actually, he did say, good news. Looks like they're expedited, and it'll take about a month, because you were with the queen. So you know that...
Even with that, they're still not, like, in a rush.
The bureaucracy is real.
Yeah, the bureaucracy is real. That's exactly it, Alex.
And then you could wait, and then let's say you bust your way in, I don't know, just say you bust your way in there and try to do something, then obviously then you'll be more urgent. But if you actually decide to wait or try to figure out a faster way, during that time will be some downtime. It's kind of what I'm expecting. I don't know. We'll see how the story pans out, though. As you, like, take up residence in an inn or something like that, get the lay of the land and whatnot. Because, like, once that happens, you're not in an immediate rut. You don't have another goal right now because you have no idea where Doramo is and all that. He's just out and about. And all you need to do is just get this letter to the king, and then, like, then you just need to know, then what? Is the king gonna... You don't know what's in the letter, and you don't know what the king's gonna tell you to do or ask you, or so you have no plans.
We assumed that the letter is asking for aid or something because, I don't know. That's what Camilla said, like, go to the king and ask for aid and put this in his hands only. So that's, like, I feel like it's a safe bet to assume that that's what she requested. I'm sure there's other things in there too, but...
Now that I think about it, we have no idea. It could be some weird magic personal thing.
You don't know. I'm just so excited. I thought that you guys... I got to the point where I was like, oh, I hope they open it up and look at it. I mean, I know that's fucked up and don't do that, but I'm just like, oh, this is a good, just some juiciness in that letter that will, I think the audience and you guys will enjoy to it. So you'll learn more about, because now you know that they're like friends or like have histories. So it's not like just like you all were told that there was a rivalry between them two and all that stuff, but now you found out that their leaders, or their current leaders anyway,
They dated and then fought and broke up and formed 2 different kingdoms. That's what happened. They're exes.
Well, they didn't form the kingdoms. Remember, like, Camilla said that her family has been running it for generations, and she's now, and they're like special, like, tuned to the gods with my ice water vagary palace thing, and like they're specifically are made to run all of Shiverin, is what she had said to you guys. So she didn't start the kingdom, but you know, she was definitely royalty at all times because she was born into the royal family. Terminus, you don't know. You'll have to find out. I spent hours building Terminus's character and working on the accent. Very excited. I hope I don't offend anybody. I don't think I'm going to offend anybody. We're all voice actors. I do that with quotes. So put on this persona. So I'm very excited to
amateur voice actor.
Yeah, we're all aspiring amateur voice actor. And what I mean by offend is like not like means like just I don't want to offend the accent I'm trying to do because I'm so terrible at it. Because I know people do British and all that stuff, but and like there are some people who are really terrible at British, but I know British people aren't offended by that, and so on and so forth. It's just part of the whole voice acting. So I am excited. I think I have the actor down pat now. So and then he's a character, but my prediction with the way you guys go, you can either meet him immediately or it'll take you like 4 sessions a month. But nonetheless, I am quite excited for that. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. This was yet another great edition of Shoulda Hada D8. Remember, everyone, you can catch a Tale D20 Descended to the Void every Monday and Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every other Wednesday you can catch the natural ones. So tune in.
Patreons get exclusive early access.
Patreons if you join our Patreon, you will have early access to receive the first part of the episode on Friday before the Monday. So,
ooh.
But once again, thank you so much, Travis. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining me today on Shoulda Hada D8.
Thanks for having us. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. From the first page to the last chapter, we love you all for listening. Thank you. Bye now.
Bye.